Hello, everyone. I'm the Fiery Diva, and welcome to the Hot Flash Room. Okay, what is the Hot Flash Room? It's a 10-minute commentary where the diva says what's on her mind. Who's the diva? I'm a country girl, born and raised in the South. I know the South, unapologetic. Ladies and gentlemen, what's the Hot Flash Room? Woo, it gets real intense. It's real intense in the Hot Flash Room. But just like a hot flash, it just suddenly goes away. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to make this commentary real brief. Okay, it's Juneteenth, fighting the wrong fight. Oh, goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to get intense for a lot of people. So you have many options. Feel free to leave, all right, okay? Because the hot flash room gets very intense. And just like a hot flash, it suddenly goes away. Fiery Diva, I have a radio and television background, ladies and gentlemen. Divorcee, 3 children, all right? I know a little bit, all right? I know a little bit. Been self-employed for, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. It's going on 30 years. I didn't realize it. It has been a very long time. All right, so I know a little bit socially, politically, okay? And I even know a little something about relationships, all right? And so I wanted to incorporate that in my commentaries, all right? Very busy. I have a nonprofit organization, which is my baby, all right? Yes, you guys know that. The people who know me, that's my baby, all right? So anyway, let me go ahead and go ahead in this commentary. It's all about the clips because that's what gives Diva her charge, okay? And every now and then, you'll hear that country dialect come out, all right? So it won't be a radio voice. It won't be the radio voice. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Nope, sometimes people just go into that country dialect. Well, especially when I get fired up about stuff. All right, so y'all just hold on 1 second for me. All right. Get to this commentary. My position. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm fending for myself out here, folks. I'm only shit for 17. What the fuck can I do? But this gotta be one of the toughest times I'm going through right now, so that's why I ain't been dropping, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get back on it. But I feel like this is gonna be a good video for me to make for y'all, cause y'all know I don't care about no image, folks. I don't do this shit for no image, folks. I do this shit cause I need somebody. I know it's people who need people too. So that's why I do this shit, folks. I do this shit for y'all, bro. Y'all say what y'all want, folks. Do what y'all want to do, folks. I love everybody, bro. I hope y'all keep your head up. But I still got mine up. I'm going through a tough time right now. But it's gonna be alright. I love everybody. I'm out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a homeless teenager. I pulled this off TikTok. Yeah, that's a homeless teenager. He's 17 years old and he's crying. He's breaking down, saying that he needs help. Now, it's Juneteenth, right? And we don't want to take away from Juneteenth, okay? Because it's a holiday liberating the slaves back in Texas that was freed in 1865. We don't want to take away from Juneteenth, okay? And in ways that you can celebrate Juneteenth, you know that red is the color for Juneteenth. So if you want to kind of commemorate that by wearing the color red, okay, you can certainly do that. They encourage you to drink red juices, eat red fruits. You know, you can drink some hibiscus tea. That was that was known back in the African time. Kelly, okay, he OD'd in prison, okay. Apparently they didn't give him the right medication, something going on with the medical industry in prison. That's not anything new. If you know people in prison that's been to prison, or you know funeral directors, it's so many guys dying in prison, okay, every single day. So those are things that we need to talk about. Okay, immigration, deportation, first of all, that is not our fight. Like we say around these parts, we don't have a dog in that fight. Immigration don't have anything to do with us. Deportation, that don't have anything to do with us. As we say around here, that's white folk business, okay? It's bad. Oh yeah, it's bad because there's a lot of jobs out here that's going along with those deportations, okay, that a lot of people are not gonna do. Okay, but again, we don't have any business standing out there and protesting and everything. Get somewhere and sit down, as they say around the old folks. You say, get somewhere and sit down. Okay, the Trump administration, you know, everybody's talking about, okay, well, he's removing history, he's removing parts of history. Well, that can't be possible. It's too many monuments that still remain. So you'll never be able to remove history, okay? And I've always advocated, I think you need to teach your children at home. That's why these kids are acting up, the Gen Zs, the millennials. They have no direction. They have not been taught anything about who they are and where they came from, and giving them a sense of pride, ladies and gentlemen. And so, and then, you know, when you talk to somebody like Diva, oh goodness, she's too black. She's too black. No, I can't be anything but black, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I can't be anything but black and be proud of my heritage. Okay, just like the Confederate flag. Okay, I'm not running around here fighting white folks about that Confederate flag, because I'm telling you, looking for a real fight if you do so. Okay, but that is their heritage. That is what they celebrate. That is what's been passed down to them. Okay, it's us that has stopped it. We have stopped. We don't want to pass down anything. We don't even want to talk about it. Okay, and if you do, oh, you're on that black power mess, that black power movement. Okay, well, see, that's what's wrong now, because your children don't know anything. Okay, they don't know who they are. They don't know what they family members and ancestors had attributed to this country. We don't know that. And I'll use my hometown for example, the town jewel. Okay, people are crazy about this particular structure. Okay, I mean, it hangs the sun. I mean, it hangs the moon and set the sun. Okay, but it's been documented that that building was built by slave men. Yes, it was a old historian white woman who told me that. She showed me the documents. All right, I had no idea. Okay, so they know your history. Okay, it's sad that you don't. Okay, another thing too, the main highway in where I live, in which I live, okay, that plow mule, excuse me, and guys in the prison camp that was here years and years ago. Yes, there was a black prison camp here because the town I live in was predominantly black, and they were ran off. That was, that's not anything that's been talked about, but it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So we're fighting the wrong fight. We need to teach our children, who they are, and get out here and try to make a way for themselves. Create your own jobs. Our children are the only ones around here crying and begging and homeless. And when I say homeless, ladies and gentlemen, through my nonprofit, I know what I'm talking about, and I wish I knew this young man. But he's 17, as he said in that clip, and I couldn't play all the clip, but through my nonprofit, I house homeless guys just like this guy. Okay, I feed homeless people through my nonprofit. Most of those guys are black. Those are black men. So we are fighting the wrong fight. We are in everybody's business but our own. Okay, and I think we just need to concentrate on what we've got going on. Okay, yes, and another thing too, we focus on relationships. You go on all these different podcasts, it's not a problem. Yes, people do have questions about relationships. I'm gonna tell you, you want to know the best relationship experts? Talk to the people who done been through it. Okay, go to some of these elders. Okay, they'll tell you everything you need to know. Okay, just like I did a commentary once before. Your history is in your elders. That's your history book right there. They'll tell you everything. And so the only thing about relationships, the only thing that I can say, and this will sum it up, people want who they want. A man want who he want. You can't shame him out of it. You can't make him feel bad about it. It don't matter. She may not be a beauty queen or anything like that, but he want who he want. Okay, a woman, the same thing. He might not be about anything. He may not have a job or whatever, but she wants who she wants. Period, point blank. Okay, so that sums it up on the relationships. So we focus on the wrong things. Okay, yes, we need to talk about our children and how we can help our children. We have people in real estate, black people in real estate that has houses and rental properties and things like that. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to open up some of these houses, okay? Yes, yes, yes. Get you a 501c3 and open up some of those houses and try to house some of these people. It's some things that we can do in our own community, but we have got to try to make a difference right now. But we have division in our own communities. Start in the family, start in the family, because I feel like unity starts in the family, and it also starts in church settings. Okay, you have church settings and religious settings. People can't stand one another. They don't like each other and don't want to be bothered with one another. Okay, what kind of unity is that? But unfortunately, that's what it is. And they resent the person if they try to do some kind of unity, some kind of olive branch, okay? They'll resent it. And I've seen it with my own eyes, experienced it as well. So it's Juneteenth, but we're fighting the wrong fight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Fiery Diva, and this is the Hot Flash Room. And there's nothing hotter than a hot flash.